Clinton has come out with a statement indicating that she is against the trade deal that was just signed by many different countries throughout the world, the TPP. She had an interview with PBS, and she claims that there are certain elements of the agreement that she finds questionable. But it's a very interesting flip-flop from what she previously thought about the agreement. Now, during her time as Secretary of State from 2009 and 2013, Clinton was a strong supporter of the TPP. She even said in 2012 that this TPP sets the gold standard in trade agreements. However, she's completely changed her mind on that. She says it doesn't have language dealing with currency manipulation, and it has provisions that favor big drug companies over patients. Now, especially the portion regarding pharmaceutical companies, I agree with her. But she never found that objectionable when the negotiations began. Remember, the Obama administration was pushing hard to ensure that pharmaceutical companies would enjoy a 12-year patent on their drugs. And I didn't hear Hillary Clinton speaking out against that. In fact, now the ultimate agreement indicates that the patent will only last between 5 to 8 years. So in reality, that's a concession that Hillary should be in favor of, right?
Okay. I'm just going to flat out say it. I don't believe her. I don't believe her at all. Okay. So now there's a fair argument to be made. Hey, if somebody comes to your side, happily accept. Okay. You've won the debate. She's decided to become more progressive. She's opposed to the TPP now. What are you complaining about? Right. Well, here's the argument against that. It's during an election season. She doesn't mean it. When she becomes president, she'll turn around and say,
yes,
just kidding. I love the TPP. Going to enforce it completely. I would bet almost any amount of money that that's what she does.
That's exactly
right. So if you're gullible enough to think that Hillary Clinton really changed her mind on the TPP, and then when she gets into office, she will wag her finger at that trade agreement and pull us out of there, you don't know anything about politics. And I'm telling you, man, I'll take a bet. So don't. Everybody's going to offer to take bets and then yada yada. But overall, look, and by the way, President Obama did the same thing. When he's running for office and he's running against Hillary Clinton in the primaries, he's a progressive lion. Oh, NAFTA. Oh, secretly, he's telling the Canada, Mexico, we're just kidding, man. Of course we're going to enforce NAFTA. We love NAFTA. He gets caught on that. And I remember that whole thing. Even though I was supporting President Obama over Hillary Clinton, who was more conservative, I said, no way he's going to do anything about NAFTA. That secret stuff that he told our trade partners is what he actually thinks. And of course, he got into office. He's like, NAFTA, I love NAFTA. You believe me? What are you, stupid? Of course, I was trying to pander to get your votes. I'm not an actual progressive. I'm not going to do a goddamn thing about NAFTA. That's the same exact thing Hillary Clinton's going to do.
I think this is interesting because I think this is more of a Bernie Sanders effect than anything else. So Hillary didn't speak out against TPP before. Hillary didn't speak out against a lot of things before. Look, she's always been an advocate of gun control, but lately she's been really, really aggressive in pushing for gun control. And I think part of the reason why is because she's realizing that she needs to attract progressives. Progressives are onto her. They know she's a corporatist. A lot of people are supporting Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders is catching up to her very quickly. And so this is all orchestrated. But the great thing about this situation is it's much more transparent compared to Obama campaigning. Because when Obama was campaigning, we didn't know, right? Especially during the first election. I genuinely believed him, maybe because I'm a naive idiot, but there was no real record to show that he was going to be a massive flip-flopper.
So, then he got in office and immediately said, if you didn't know, now you know.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but now on Hillary Clinton, if you're not convinced based on her track record and based on our general knowledge of politics, well, let's dive just a little bit more into the specifics here. Now, as Anna pointed out, when she was Secretary of State, she loved this deal, called it the gold standard. She argued for the 12 years. Now, all of a sudden, to say the 5 to 8 years is too long makes no sense. That is irrational, right? Currency manipulation was never in this deal. She argued it never should be in this deal. For her to all of a sudden go, I am shocked to find out that there is gambling in this establishment. It's shocked to find out that there is no provision about, currency manipulation, so now I don't support it. Well, that smacks of disingenuous. We know that you knew there was no currency manipulation in the deal, and you loved that there was no provision about that earlier. So she's not even trying to hide it that well. She's just like, okay, progressives are stupid. So let's just come up with two things progressives like. Pretend we're on their side and just throw it out. They won't bother to check my track record. And, Anna, you're right. It is part of a larger effort to outflank Bernie Sanders. If Bernie Sanders was not winning in the polls right now in New Hampshire and Iowa, she would not go with this position, okay? Yeah. And look, on the last two, I gave her credit. I think she is better than Bernie Sanders on the gun issue, and I think her policy on debt-free college is better than Bernie Sanders' college policy on tuition-free college. It's actually a little bit more thorough. So credit where credit is due. Now, in this case, no credit. No, I don't believe you at all because you're lying, okay? And progressives are not suckers. You think we are. You know why? Because Hillary Clinton grew up in the TV age. Okay, when Bill Clinton was president, there was no internet. You know that Bill Clinton, even when he left office, had never turned on a computer, didn't know how to use a computer.
That's amazing.
Amazing, right? So they still don't know. They're stuck in the old ways. They think, oh, the TV guys in our back pocket, they're never going to explain policy. You think Chuck Todd or other people are going to come out and explain people what my previous position on currency manipulation was? Of course they're not going to do that. We're going to get away with it, right? Well, we live in a new world. It's called the internet, okay? Vox did a great story on this. There's 1,000 websites doing a good story on it. We're covering it. Sad day for you, Hillary. So we're calling bullshit on your bullshit. And so sad day for you. It's not going to work. It's not the old world. You don't have the media in your back pocket anymore. And that's why you're losing in Iowa and New Hampshire, and you keep doing this, and you're going to lose everywhere.